What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you for Wednesday, January the 8th. Going to announce some contest winners here in a minute. Let's go ahead and do a recap from yesterday, get you on a free play, stuff like that. We're going to do another free play in the NBA. And then, I got a pretty big card of college basketball to break down today. We are going to go live a little bit earlier than normal. Usually it's 11 a.m. On Wednesdays. We're going to do 10:30 because I actually have an appliance being delivered to my house today, somewhere between noon and 4. And God knows if I wait till normal time, if I don't, they'll be here at 4 o'clock on the dot. If I decide to go live at my normal time, as soon as noon hits, they'll be in the driveway beating my door down. So I don't want to have to cut it short. So 10:30 today Eastern time. Recap from yesterday. The Brooklyn Nets was the one we run the contest on. And I'll be honest with you. You can get mad at that play if you want to. The Brooklyn Nets played great. I've got to hand it to OKC the way they played down the stretch. But, I don't cap for overtime. You can't. If you cap for overtime, then you're never going to be able to back a team. So, but overtime happens, and a lot of times when you're talking about a game involving such a small amount of points, a lot of times overtime will bite you, and it did last night. We had the Brooklyn Nets +2. Some people were getting it at 2.5 by tip-off, which we gave that game away at 9 o'clock yesterday morning. About 7 o'clock yesterday, right before the game tipped off, Brooklyn was in favored by a point. So hopefully you got it in early. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered because they gave it away late. OKC was able to tie it up going to overtime, and they just outlasted them. But it is what it is. We'll announce the winners in just a second. As far as premium plays and everything goes, congrats to everyone that tuned into the live show yesterday. We gave out some free plays on Maryland. We talked about a bunch of games, and some went the way we said, some did not, but overall, good breakdowns. If you followed everything, you definitely would have made some money. But on the most important thing, the premium and the top play card yesterday, we had 3 plays in the NHL, 2 plays in the NBA, 2 plays in college basketball. We will start with the NBA. We dropped the Toronto Raptors -2.5, backed it up with the Lakers -12.5. And I told everybody in the little write-up with the Lakers, I said, it's hard to back this team when we know they're one of the best teams. I mean, you just look at their roster and know that. Which, shout out to Anthony Davis. I hope he makes a quick recovery. A tailbone, usually it's not a really serious injury. I don't think he's got any breaks or fractures, but I know it hurts like hell, so I'm sure he will miss a little bit of time. So, but I said, they've not proven they can close a game, play in the fourth quarter, and then cover spreads. And until they do, I'm not going to highly rank these games, even though yesterday not only did the numbers match up for the game itself, that was a top play caliber play, guys. But I didn't play it as a top play caliber. I didn't release it as such because they've got to start proving that they can close out a game, play the fourth quarter like they do other quarters. I'm not expecting them to play with as much urgency in the fourth when they're up by 20 as they do in the first, but they can't just completely, fall off the edge of a cliff. And I think a lot of it is self-inflicted what they're doing. It's not that they're just out of gas. It's just they are like, it's over, we're going to win. They just can't do that. In the NBA, that's not how you win championships anymore. So anyway, 1-1 day there. We get into college basketball, 2 plays, Louisville -13. A couple of people said they got it at 12.5. I did not. Nice win there. A nice bounce back from them getting throttled by Florida State over the weekend. And then we had a top play on Akron -11.5. Easy win there. So 2-0 day with a top play winner in college basketball. Get into the NHL. 2 premium plays, 1 top play. Premium play was the Washington Capitals on the puck line -1.10. Easy blowout. St. Louis Blues in regulation, -0.5 goal, -1.25. Another fairly easy winner. They were controlling the game the whole time. They did give up a late goal in the third period, but they were, it only made it 2-1. And then they backed it up with a late goal to make it 3-1. So an easy win right there with the St. Louis Blues, and then a top play on the Washington Capitals in regulation. I was going to lay off that game, and we were just going to take the puck line yesterday because that regulation play was teetering around the 180 mark for most of the day. Obviously, I'm not ever going to lay anything like that. But it got down to the 160 range about an hour and a half before game time yesterday, which is when we released this card for NHL. And as soon as it did, put it on there, rated as the top play, hammered out. So a nice 3-0 day in with the top play winner in the NHL. I like how because we lost the big game on the Caps on Sunday because they did not win in regulation. Got a bunch of emails saying, "Oh, I guess you're not as good as you think in the NHL and you suck and yada yada yada." Well, if 77.12% for the season sucks and 88% in top plays or 88.16% in top plays sucks, then yes, I'm terrible. Yes, we lost that game because the Capitals did not win in regulation. That was Sunday afternoon. Since then, since that game, we have released 5 NHL plays, 4 of them being premium, 1 of them being a top play. You know how many of those we've lost? None. We won the Blackhawks Sunday night. We won the Columbus Blue Jackets on Monday. Easy win, dog winner. Changed to a small favorite right there at the time of the game, or right before that. But an easy winner nonetheless, and then 3-0 yesterday. So yeah, we're terrible. Either way, yesterday a 6-1 day, a 2-0 day in top place, so a great day overall. Let's announce the winners of the contest yesterday that can now get the lifetime of plays. Hopefully I don't butcher any of these names we went through. And I had one of my people go through not only monitor everything. Obviously, there were some people that wanted to put their guesses and predictions in after tip-off. Some of them even did it late in the third quarter. I told you guys, the second that game tips off, no other entries will be taken into account, and I'm standing by that. So the overall winner, I said I was going to announce 3 winners. Nobody got it exactly right. The closest, so the person that I'm going to say is the overall winner. YouTube name The Dream 83. So make sure you send me an email, chase@chasewins.com, and we'll get you linked up. Joshua Chavez is what I've got written here, is what was sent to me of a score of 109 to 103. And then Randy Balaga, 109 to 109. I have been waiting on somebody to give me the score a tie. And finally somebody did it. That way he doesn't have to pick a winner or a loser. And his score was actually fairly close. So there are your 3 winners. All of you, send me an email, chase@chasewins.com. We will get you linked up. You have until 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., Eastern time today to claim your prize. And we'll get you guys linked up. I'm excited. This is really cool. If you do not claim by 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., I already have, one of the people's already emailed me. I know that. And I just confirming their username. And I think that's the Dream 83. For the other 2, if you have not claimed by 6 p.m., the 2 people that got it closest to you have already been reached out to. They were told they did not win, but would they claim the prize if you guys did not? They said absolutely. So they're waiting in the wings, guys. I can't stretch this out for days and days at a time. So as long as you claim it by 6 o'clock tonight, you're good. Otherwise, we've got 2 people to take the spot. And if that happens, we'll announce those tomorrow. Let's get into a free play. New York Knicks, Utah Jazz. The Knicks got absolutely scorched last night by the Lakers. But here's the thing. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks. The Knicks, they're not back, but they're certainly not playing bad. They're playing worlds above what they have been for the last 3 seasons, and they're on an uptick. They've got a lot of young talent on this team. They're playing smart, unselfish ball. And do I think that the Jazz are the better team? Hell yeah. I don't think anybody would question that. Are they 12.5 point better? On most nights, no. I would say they're 9 to 10 point favorites. You talk about being at home and that elevation up there in Utah, then yes, you would stretch it to towards that 12 mark. If both of these teams were fully rested, with the Knicks playing the way they're playing, the Jazz not playing up to what they were playing 5-6 weeks ago, then I would still think that 10 would be about your limit. But today, situationally, we get the Jazz at home, you get the elevation, and you get the New York Knicks after going out there and having to face LeBron and AD last night in LA. Absolutely get your dick run in the dirt. And now you've got to go play in high elevation against one of the better defensive teams in all of basketball. Yeah, I really think tonight this line's soft. It should be with everything situationally matching up like this. I think the line should be closer to 15. So I'm going to take 12.5. I do think that line will rise. All the numbers match up. In my system, the 10 categories that I go off of in the NBA, the Jazz hold a significant edge in 8 of 10. And in the other two that they do not, those are not taking into account home court, rest, and things like that. So when you take those into it, it pretty much offsets any edge that the Knicks have tonight. So Utah Jazz minus 12.5. Get it before the line rises because it would not surprise me if you were laying close to 14 by tip-off. Congrats to all the winners. Going live at 10:30, answering your questions, going over NFL playoffs, anything you want to talk about, and let's get it done. Utah Jazz minus 12.5. Congrats to the amazing day yesterday, guys. 6-1, 2 top play winners. Let's go out and kill your books another day. See you guys.